It's beginning to look a lot like one more day closer to Christmas. And if these Santa mugs aren't the giveaway, how about this? Alexa, how many days until Christmas starting on Wednesday?
Here's something I found on reference.com. The simplest method to determine how many days until Christmas is to add up the number of days left between the current date and December 25th. Determining the number of days until Christmas.
Alexa, stop. I'm going to file it under obvious.
That's a lot of math.
That's
a lot of math.
Alexa's
plug
getting
your
a little
ears
lazy.
because
I'm going to say some things you might not like.
Alexa, do you have a calculator that you can throw our way?
That's savage. Alexa's like, you do your own math.
Alexa's like, here's an idea.
I found
Count
something
the number
for
of days
you.
from today till December 25th. What do you think of it?
That's savage, Alexa. All right, we're going to recover.
Speaking of recovering,
pivot.
Speaking of recovering, we are trying something new with this episode that we didn't do last episode, but those who've watched our IGTV know that usually we do live episodes. And
which we may eventually go back to.
After 12 hours of editing, we decided let's try to keep that format, but not live. So we're just trying to do this in one
take.
That's our goal.
This is our second take.
Okay, I wasn't going to say that. One take, one continuous. So no edit. If you see it splice here, then we failed in our mission. Our mission is just do one unedited. What you see is what you get.
And if you've watched this series so far, there's only been one episode, but you should know by now, we always start with a surprise guest and then just a surprise. So our guest today, Chris Wood, plays Steve in Jingle Bell Bride. We thank Ronnie for talking with us on Monday, and today we continue with another cast chat.
Well, Monday's whatever day you're watching this 2 days ago from where we are now. Actually,
I bet Alexa has a whole algorithm.
She's got
an equation
we can use to figure this one out. So thank you, Chris Wood, and take it away. Alexa, roll clip.
Chris Wood, he plays Steve in Jingle Bell Bride. We're so excited to have him here chatting with us today. Chris, welcome.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you.
So we were just telling you, Chris, that we had the opportunity to talk to Ronnie Rowe Jr., who you've worked with, obviously, in Jingle Bell Bride, and you were saying...
I did, yeah.
You were saying it was a very close cast.
It was. You know, there was about, I think, 13 of us, and everybody was just so friendly. You know, anytime I do a Hallmark movie, which most of my movies have been Hallmark, just the group of people is really like a family. Everybody gets together, and everybody's just, you know, it's just a different atmosphere on these Hallmark movies. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Same crew again and again? Like, is there sort of a familial sense with the crew, or is it a new crew each film?
Yeah, so it's generally a new crew each film. In Victoria, I've done 2 Hallmark movies, but then I did a bunch of background for Hallmark on the island, and it's generally the same crew. I've done a few movies in Vancouver now, and I've had a different crew each time, but just, you know, the general atmosphere for a Hallmark movie is super bubbly, so everybody's usually in a good mood.
I feel like it's the same with even the fans. The Hallmark fans are such
much love.
A supportive, upbeat group. We've been so impressed. Just everyone. I mean, we ourselves are Hallmark fans, but then started meeting them over the summer.
Have all been so positive, and it's like
absolutely.
Family.
I think
especially around Christmas time, right? I mean, they put out a lot of Hallmark movies, so it's fun. It's fun, you know, Christmas time, and everyone's just kind of vibing. I love your guys' background. That's awesome.
Ready for the countdown?
You guys are ready. That's great.
How is it celebrating Christmas in August when you're doing these
multiple
films?
times throughout the year? It sounds like.
Yeah, I've definitely done Christmas a couple of times this year, and it's been good. You know, there's some scenes where you have to wear like full, you know, sweater, jacket, and you're wearing boots and gloves, and it's the middle of July. And it's
something, or how do they keep you guys cool from like melting down?
So generally we're like, when you're off screen, you're just relaxed. You've got a fan on you. And then when it's time to do the scene, you bundle up, you do your scene. Hopefully you can get it in the first couple of takes. And then, you go back and you cool off.
Do they do a lot of fake snow, I guess? Is it cotton snow, or is it what do they use for all the snow?
Why, that's the movie magic. I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. So they'll have like, you know, they'll lay cotton as well as those snow machines and stuff, right? It really depends on what they're looking for. If it's a really close-up shot, they'll use a snow machine. Sometimes they'll just use bubbles. You know, from a distance, it looks very real, right? So
I think that's what they
creates-
use at the Grove. We used to live in LA, and they do like a fake snowfall during the month of December, and it was like bubbles, wasn't it?
It was,
when
it
comes
was,
down.
It's so they definitely have to in LA try to create a feeling of winter for Christmas time, but
Yeah.
you don't have to struggle with that where you live. You're on Vancouver Island up in Victoria, aren't you?
Yes, I'm on Vancouver Island as well as Vancouver, but on Vancouver Island, you know, our winters are pretty mild. We might get 2 or 3 inches of snow. They kind of call Vancouver Island Canada's Hawaii because we're not like the rest of Canada. We're like, I think that's why they film a lot of movies here too, right? Like the weather is very good, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it does get cold here. We get in the minuses. I think, you know, under 32 Fahrenheit for you guys. I'm trying to figure it out because we're Celsius. But yeah, I mean, it's good. Like you can tell it's Christmas time, the Christmas season. The air is definitely a lot crisper, and people are cheery and running around, and yeah. So I mean, pardon?
I said, and the bears are in hibernation.
The bears, yeah. I've seen a couple of those black bears.
Really?
Oh yeah, we got black bears on the island. They're a little bit more north. I'm south Vancouver Island, but you can head in and around behind Vancouver Island. They call it Souk. Anywhere in past there, you'll tend to find some black bears when you're driving up the highway. So don't be scared. They're not that scary.
We went to Alaska a couple times, and the second time we went, we didn't see a bear the first time. We almost did. We were on a little hike, and everyone coming down the trail said, "There's a bear. There's a bear."
Yeah.
So we like turned around and didn't. The second time we went to Alaska, we said we are going to see a bear,
And we didn't.
we did not.
Oh, see, when you want to see something, you miss it. But yeah, that's just the way it works sometimes.
Now,
Go
go ahead.
I was. We'll settle this with paper, rock, and scissors later.
That's what me and my wife, if we ever have an argument, it's paper, rock, scissors.
We came up here. We've never had roommates, right? And now we are roommates for during the longevity of this pandemic, and it's been a learning experience. But we've kept the friendship, so that's good.
That's good.
I'm just kidding.
No.
But so you were filming during the pandemic. What were there special?
Actually, no, everything was shut down.
Oh, okay. So not during the pandemic.
Yeah, so in March, you know, that's when the film industry got the big shutdown. Like everything shut down. Nobody was working. A lot of people, you know, just kind of stayed inside and didn't want to do anything. And for me, it was a bit of a blessing. It's like, okay, I can actually get to focus here. I can, you know, run sides, run lines, meet with private coaches, do online courses, do all this sort of stuff that I normally wouldn't have the opportunity to do because I'm busy running to auditions, right? So once things started to open up slowly and auditions started to come in, I was ready. I was like so ready, and I booked, you know, 2 Christmas movies, commercial, and I've just been busy. It's just been up for me. So.
That's amazing.
That's very
First of all, that you had that. That's what we love, is that positive spin on things, that looking for the silver lining and the bright side. So that is lovely. And I also do think people who look for the good find the good. And so that
absolutely.
And you have an interesting story about how you went from being background to becoming part of the
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? It all started actually on the movie Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if you guys know about that movie, but Sonic was my favorite game growing up. I loved playing Sonic, and Jim Carrey was my most favorite actor I could ever hang out with or want to hang out with. And I heard they were doing auditions for background, and I said, you know what? I feel like I want to do this. And they were only taking 100 people. I got on there, and then from there, it just sparked my interest to just want to, kind of pursue an acting career. So I started doing more and more background, and then I got a call saying we need to do a continuity role, which is they need me to be on set for 7 or 8 days doing background on a film called Flip That Romance, starring Julie Gonzalo and Tyler Hines. Mark Jean was the director.
And Jingle Bell Bride, right?
Yeah. So you got to hear this story. This is where it comes around full
circle.
Yeah, exactly. So I ended up getting noticed on Flip That Romance, and Mark Jean, the director, asked me to do a film called The Last Bridesmaid. It was silent on camera, but that's okay. It was my very first acting role, and I was completely taken back. I was like, I was having fun doing the background, but you're giving me this opportunity? I was like, yeah, I'm going to jump on that. So from there, it just kind of took off. I got another gig kind of by myself without an agent. And then I looked to my wife and I said, hey, this is something I really want to do. And she's like, you know what, let's do it. Let's find you an agent. Let's really push and do this. So then I found an agent. Long story short, we're on Jingle Bell Bride, and Julie Gonzalo is the main actress again. It was so funny because I got to have a talk with her, like a small talk, and just say, hey, you know what? I don't know if you remember me because it was like about a year ago, but I just did background with you on Flip That Romance. And she's like, oh my God, you know, like in less than a year, I've gone from background to actor, and it's been a wonderful experience, and I'm just so blessed and happy to be able to do it.
I love when things like that happen because it
blessing.
feels like I tell my friends, it feels like when you're on a path and you're trying to, especially here in the woods, when you're hiking, you look at those little route markers, and I feel like see things like that, like the same actress we're like, it's a route marker, I'm on the right path, you know. It just
exactly. It's like those little synchronicities where it feels like things are just starting to line up, and it just feels like the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
So.
And for Chris, honestly, we have so many actor friends in LA and who start off doing background work, and their dream is to find a director, someone who's going to pick them out for their talent and with their charisma, a little something. And never happens.
So quickly.
Never happens. The fact that it happened to you, you're like,
within a year.
It's proof.
You know, like whenever I go on set, whether I'm doing background or I'm an actor, I play that role of mine to the best of my ability. So if I have to be the guy carrying lumber, I'm gonna make it look as real as I possibly can. I guess Mark Jean, like I was a construction crew for Flip That Romance, and Mark Jean, he specifically asked me, hey, you mind coming down these stairs and, you know, just kind of push the camera out of the way when you walk by. I was like, all right, you know, like just make it feel real. And that's what I did. He liked my charisma, as you said, and it's just taken off from there.
That's amazing.
So awesome.
Yeah, like most people, they'll spend 3 or 4 years just getting one acting role, and I've been able to do 5 in like about a year and a half. So that's promising.
That's a momentum. That's a
breaking
sweet momentum.
and breaking into Hallmark itself, because I feel like the Hallmark family is so loyal. And I feel
they are. You'll find a lot of the same actors doing not the same movies, but you know, you'll always find the same actors in the Hallmark world. And I've been fortunate enough to have most of my acting through Hallmark and everything, you know, like they love me. So it's exciting to see what my future's going to bring. You know, like one day I'm hoping I'm going to be, you know, number 1 on that cast list. And
I feel like Chris, you can tell you have that charisma, and I feel like that's very it's exciting. We're looking forward to seeing the Jingle Bell Bride, and we're looking forward to seeing
that comes out October 24th, so it's just over a week away.
It is, and it's the first.
Just in time. I feel like we need that kind of the Christmas countdown is honestly a blessing in itself, because it just gives a little bit of, that's why it gives a little bit of cheer during moments that are a little bit like in the States. We have our elections coming up. It's just a crazy time, and I think we're all looking for something positive.
Positive, uplifting,
yes,
feel good movies, right?
Yes.
But I wanted to say, you mentioned Sonic the Hedgehog and how you admire Jim Carrey, and I was going to say that when we first came to LA, because we're originally from the East Coast to the States, we were working on a film, a very small, just background, and
cool.
Production is what I was going to say, but yes, we were doing.
I will say no role is too small.
There we go. No role or production is too small.
I like that tip.
But it was a really cute little tiny production. But they had a rap party at the end, and we were invited to that, and the cast was there. And Jim Carrey, who was not at all part of the production, must have announced it, came to the party. So we got a party with Jim Carrey. But
that must have been fun.
Yes.
Oh, Freaks and Geeks when we did
That's awesome.
That was very cool. Yeah, it was a neat moment to have him come into the room. It was right in the middle of, we were doing karaoke.
Wow. Yeah, everything just stops when that happens, right?
And we were, because Freaks and Geeks was about a high school, and we were playing high school students, but they wanted the continuity of the same classroom. So for a whole year, we were in that class, and it became like what you were describing about Hallmark, very close.
You get really close to the people you work with.
You do, right? Because, and like once you're out there too, right? Like I know the first couple of days when you get on set, you're with a group of people that you don't really know, sometimes it can be hard to like talk to people, but after a few days, the background doesn't feel like background. It just feels like you're chatting and you're doing your thing, and it just makes the movie gel, right?
Yes.
I agree.
I would say the hardest part, and I think, was it John Wayne, or there's a famous actor who said, they don't pay me to act, they pay me to wait. I would say the waiting is the most challenging, because sometimes
sometimes
setups. The setups can be really long, but when you do start making those friendships within the cast, within the crew, on the Freaks and Geeks set, they had a set band where every time they would
jam,
they would all start jamming. We would all they were in a separate part of the studio. We would all go there and just sing songs. It was really a special experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you have any behind the scenes, like moments like that with the Hallmark movies, or are there traditions, like do they continue playing Christmas music even when they're not rolling? Or
Well, on Fridays everybody wears a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, I love
So
that.
I don't know if you guys do that. I think it's kind of like in the film industry, like the whole film industry does it. I don't know if it's necessarily Hallmark, but people, crew workers and stuff like that will always wear a Hawaiian shirt on Friday.
Oh,
I did notice there were a lot of Hawaiian shirts among the crew. I don't know if I ever realized it was Friday.
I was going to say, I know what I'm
Well, if you ever get back on a set and it's a Friday, just have a look around. 90% of the people will be wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, I love that. And Chris, how are you going to celebrate the holidays? Do you have any traditions for you and your wife or anything?
Yeah, I mean, we generally go up to my wife's parents' house and we'll, hang out with the family and do that whole thing. We have, generally every single year, we'd like to come up with an activity, whether it's building a giant gingerbread house where the whole family gets in and picks a piece and makes this thing beautiful, or we'll be building little gingerbread houses. We like to do little different kind of arts and crafts like that. We have a tradition where we'll have an ornament that everyone will pick out, to kind of symbolize how their year went. And then we'll go around in the circle and talk about, this is what I did. I'm really excited about this and proud of this. And then we'll get to put it on the big tree, right? And then it's kind of cool because you kind of build a Christmas tree from scratch with all these ornaments that really mean something to people, right? So we try to do that every year. And
That's beautiful. I
sounds
you're
so
basically,
Hallmark. I love
was like, I think you're writing a Hallmark movie right there. I feel like
I love that. I love that.
Stay tuned for the ornament 2021.
You watch out. I'm going to write a story. And that's what it's going to be about.
That's beautiful.
I love that. I love that each ornament means something, has a story behind it.
Yeah, and then, because everybody has a Christmas tree in their house, and yeah, it's nicely decorated, but it's cool to look at the tree and just look at all those different memories, right? So
each year, that's right, you get to look back and be like, I remember why we did that one.
And when will you put up your tree, Chris? Do you put it up like the day after?
When is Canadian Thanksgiving?
They just had it, I think.
It's today.
Is it today?
Oh,
yeah, we got turkey cooking right now. No, I'm just kidding. It is today. But a lot of the times us Canadians will celebrate Thanksgiving Sunday or Monday, right? Monday's technically the holiday, but sometimes people want to eat their turkey and then do nothing on Monday.
Oh,
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you.
Well, we're thankful you took the time to sit down with us and share your stories, and we're so
absolutely. I'm happy you guys reached out. It's fun to do this kind of stuff. So.
Oh, absolutely. We're so excited. We are, as you can tell, hardcore Hallmark fans, and we know that Jingle Bell Bride is the first movie, and we saw that you're in the cast. We're so excited.
And now we'll be looking for you in other casts, and we know we're going to continue to see you, Chris. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we just did another movie called The Christmas Doctor, so keep your eye out for that. It's starring Holly Robinson Peete, and she is an absolute delight.
She is. Well, that's so exciting. Do you know when that's going to come out yet?
I think it's mid-November.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's November 15th, but I'm not 100%. But I think you can go online and find out when it's.
Okay, so we're
I know they're in pre-production and all that sort of stuff. So.
Oh, that's awesome! This is going to be so much fun watching you, Chris, and we're so excited for this season.
Yeah, so you guys are hanging out in the cabin right now. Where are you guys?
We're originally we were in LA, and then when the pandemic hit, we came up to this little cabin in the woods just for we said a month or two.
We thought it was going to be a couple of weeks. We didn't. I'm not think back. This was April, and we were like, oh, this is going to be over in a couple of weeks. Here we are in October, still in the cabin.
Are you guys gonna get winter weather? Are you guys gonna get snow when you guys are? Well, that's a bonus.
For me, I've lived in LA for 15 years. It'll be my first snowfall at Christmas time. But Cinnamon's traveled. She's lived in Germany.
I was living in Germany. Yeah, in Germany. But
oh, cool.
We're hoping for a Hallmark Christmas because there's a little village. We're in a little mountain town. There was a little
population 5,000, so it's tiny.
Oh wow, small town.
Yes, with a little town square, and we're just hoping that we'll get to see some. I don't know, like a Christmas tree lighting ceremony or something. And
I'm sure something like that'll happen.
And all the locals are so cute because, I mean, as we said, the population's 5,000, so it's very tiny Hallmark, but a lot of people from LA have been taking cabins.
Us included.
I think of ourselves as separate now. We were here since April, so
Yeah. The cool thing about small towns is you'll find a small town generally likes to do something for the town, especially around like, Christmas time and all that sort of stuff. So I'm sure they've got something planned that maybe you don't know about yet, whether it's like a big Christmas tree light up or, maybe they have a big Christmas tree showing where they have contests or something. Have you guys Googled just to take a look to see what's going on in the town?
Well, because of what's they're not making any decisions because of the pandemic, so we should probably look in the past.
They were going to have a little fire.
The tree lighting, I thought.
Yes, well, I was going to say the firework display. They did do summer. They canceled because of the pandemic. So we're hoping that there's still some Hallmark-esque traditions that they are able to, I don't know, socially distance with.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll come up with something, right? Like, it's been a crappy year, but I don't think they should cancel Christmas.
No.
Right?
They better
Or
not.
Halloween. I mean, yeah.
Well,
It has been a little bit of a rough year, but we're starting to come out of it a little bit, and hopefully we can be all the way out of it soon.
Yes,
and
you
you
know
know
light
what?
at the end of the tunnel.
I think, what the beautiful thing is meeting people like you and Ronnie, and we talked with Paul Green, and there's definitely this thread of positivity, optimism, as we said before, looking for the good. I just think that's magnetic, and to all of our audience that is watching, I just think stay positive, stay strong.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you so much, Chris, for talking with us.
Yeah, no worries. If you guys get a chance, check out my socials. It's The Real Chris Wood. It's that across all of my socials. So I got a Facebook page, and I've got an Instagram page. I got a website and IMDb and all that sort of stuff. So check it out.
We'll link it in the
We'll
description.
link it in the description, guys. For those
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And Chris is one to watch. I feel like this is going to be an exciting season. We look forward to seeing both your movies.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Cheers. Have a wonderful festive Christmas.
That was very inspiring. Thank you, Chris Wood, for sitting down with us. And we really appreciated the behind-the-scenes stories, but also some inspiring nuggets in there. Thank you.
Yes. And really inspiring to, within a year, to go from background to having lines and being a cast member is a huge accomplishment. And so that's very exciting. And to be in 2 films for the countdown, very exciting.
And next up, we have
a little trick and treat. A little
game.
A little game that, so
I don't know much about it. Cinnamon's planned this one, so let's do it.
That was a lot of pressure. But I didn't invent this game. This is a game that, so I thought.
I already thought that was our cut marker. We're still
going.
Oh, are we?
We're still going. We're going till the end. We're going till the end.
To the end of what?
Of time.
Oh.
What's going to happen is we're each going to ask each other 2 questions, Christmas related, right? And I'm going to, so if I ask you.
So right now I should be thinking of questions.
Well, no, you should be thinking of the answer to the question I'm about to ask you. You should already have your questions, but we'll talk.
Wait, I should think of an answer to a question I don't know yet. Red.
No, you should. I'm about to ask you the question, so you should be thinking.
Right now I should be thinking about the directions.
No, let's not. I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to, and then don't tell me the answer. Think of the answer. Hold on to it, and on the count of 3.
I'll hold on.
On the count of 3, I'm going to say the answer I think you would say.
Oh, got it.
And you're going to say the actual answer. We're going to see.
All right, I got it.
I'll start off with a very easy one. This is an example one that doesn't count because I know the answer. Mm-hmm. I want to try it.
I had a Tootsie Roll right before we hit this
record button.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that I just want to make that clear because I look like I'm.
Oh, do you keep doing that?
I do. Oh. I'm sorry. I won't do it anymore.
Okay. That's craft services for you. They've got a lot of tempting treats laid out for us. Anyway.
I got it.
Yes. You would get it if you know that we don't have craft services. It's just us creating the treats.
I thought you were making fun of Biff doing our craft services over there.
Oh, Biff. Keep it up, Biff.
Keep it up, Biff.
So on the count, so here's the question. This is just the example one. This isn't the game. The game will start after this one.
All right. That was.
What's in there? Is that a Tootsie Roll?
No. It hit my button.
Oh, I thought you put a Tootsie Roll in there for later. You know what we could? We could put wrapped candies in here. Remember we were saying we can't drink out of these because we're worried they might have lead in them, but there we go. And we just happen to have
this is not an ad,
trick or treat.
Maybe Tootsie Roll will recheck.
But so I'm just saying on the mantle because we're trying to think how to use a mug.
How are you going to use a mug?
That you're not going to use as a mug anymore.
Okay, but wait, the game. We got to stay focused.
Okay,
We're a little bit,
ADHD right there. That's fine. That's fine.
Everywhere.
I
It's okay.
embrace that because I am a little bit maybe. I don't know. It's not a thing.
We talk over each other, and that's also a thing.
Former teachers here, so I don't want to say anything that's not. Okay, so here it is. What is your favorite cookie? On the count of 3, you're going to answer what your favorite cookie is, and I'm going to answer what your answer is. Okay. 1.
A specific brand.
Christmas cookie.
Specific brand.
Your favorite Christmas cookie.
Oh.
Okay. Your favorite cookie to have at Christmas time.
Okay. That changes, but okay.
Does it though? I know the answer to this. This is why this is the example one. Don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop me. Say the real one. Say the real one.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Gingerbread.
But since is there any other cookie at Christmas other than gingerbread? But specifically,
Mom's
sugar
cookies.
Gingerbread.
Sugar cookies.
Oh, okay. Do you say? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And other ones, I'm sure, but sugar cookies. So there's a 50-50 chance I was going to get it wrong, but I know you don't like
so
sugar
I get to
cookies.
ask you a question now.
Okay, but so now I'm going to do a real question.
Okay.
That was just the example one, so you would know how to play.
Okay.
Okay, now I'll do a real
So that's, and meanwhile, I'm barely listening to you because I'm already trying to think what will I ask as my 2 questions. Okay,
no,
but
don't do that. Here,
it.
this is improv. I'm just completely. What is the favorite gift you've given someone at Christmas? Don't think about it for a second, and then the count of 3. What the best gift is you've given to someone at Christmas?
Okay.
Not counting love and kindness and that kind of thing, because I don't want it to be like, you know what I'm saying.
Of course, that's the
obviously. I mean, it's something you unwrap.
Tangible.
Something you unwrap.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, let me think. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Trip
Rye.
to Paris.
Oh.
What was rye?
Well, the trip to Paris was the gift you gave Mom.
Yeah.
The trip to Rye was the gift when you rented a cabin, rented the cottage for everyone in Rye.
Yeah. No, I like the trip to Paris more.
I wasn't there.
I like them both equally.
Anyway.
I just loved Mom's reaction.
It should be noted because it sounds very like
lavish.
That it was using points and wishes and hopes and dreams and coupons.
And it was to fulfill my mom. My mom on her birthday when she turned 70 made a wish out loud, and she's like, "I just would love to go to Paris," and so that's what we.
They talk about this trip every single time.
It's a mother-daughter trip.
Or Allison talks about this trip every single time she's with Mom. Like, Mom, we were watching a movie last night as a family. We were down visiting our parents, and you turned to Mom and said, "Does this remind you of Paris?" And I was like, "What is?"
It takes place in Manhattan.
What does this movie have to do with Paris?
The movie was called "I Love Paris."
No, it wasn't. All right.
All right, my question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta think quickly.
I guess we'll just do one question because we're running out of time. So one
no.
question this time.
I'll go quickly.
One question
Favorite
each.
place you ever spent Christmas on the count of 3. 1.
Oh wait. Let me think about this.
No, it's improv. Just go with it. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Connecticut.
Rye. I don't know you. You're a stranger.
Well, we already talked about Rye so much, and the reason I say Connecticut is because that's my childhood and where I grew up. And so when I think of my Christmases,
Oh, you threw me off. So that's not okay. Next one.
I guess you don't know me as well as you thought you did.
Favorite gift.
And on that note,
no,
we'll
one
see you
more.
guys.
Favorite gift. You almost knocked me off the chair. Favorite gift you ever received. 1.
Wait, let me think about it.
From your childhood, because don't make it materialistic.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
from your childhood.
Something I had to unwrap.
Something
because obviously love
magical.
and kindness and all those
something
things
that holds
are
gum. Something you put a quarter in.
Oh,
Something.
I know what story you want to tell. We're not telling that story. So let me think.
And 1.
Wait.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Oh, I know exactly.
I know exactly.
You don't know.
Oh, I know. I know exactly. 1, 2, 3.
Crocs.
Chalkboard. See you next week, guys.
Crocs. My mom bought me my first pair of Crocs during it was a Christmas present, and I've worn them every year. I get a pair of Crocs.
The same pair. Oh
no, I just buy Crocs every year because I love Crocs. Crocs clogs specifically.
Well, we received chalkboards when we were like 8, and that
set me on the path to
becoming a teacher. So I thought that's what you're gonna say.
It was. I love that gift too, and I thought of lots of gifts, but the Crocs has been the gift that's kept on giving. So is teaching. P.S. That sounds really bad.